Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zaka Jacob. Rahul Gandhi is on a 4-day visit to the United States and he spoke to a bunch of students in Washington yesterday where he said some pretty controversial things. The most controversial, of course, and frankly, it's factually incorrect, when he said that Sikhs in India today are under threat. Sikhs are not sure about being allowed to go to the Gurdwara. They are not sure about being allowed to wear their turban or wear their kada. Now, even Rahul Gandhi knows that this is not true. There isn't a single instance of a Sikh being targeted purely on the basis of his or her religion. Yes, they've been targeted for their politics sometimes. There were farmer protests here in 22-23 when a large number of those farmers died. Many of them happened to be Sikhs, but that was not for religious reasons. That was perhaps for political reasons. So why then is Rahul Gandhi ratcheting up this whole fear-mongering regarding the Sikh community when clearly no Sikh has died in this country? There is no, instance of any kind of mass atrocities against Sikhs. If Rahul Gandhi had said, yes, Muslims are under fear, there might be a kernel of truth in that, given all the lynchings that we've seen, but certainly not the Sikh community. And that too, for Rahul Gandhi to say all of this, to propagate what is completely a factual inaccuracy from foreign soil, are those attacks completely missing the point now? Are these punches simply failing to land? But first, the story of what Rahul Gandhi said in Washington.
Point is about whether he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear his turban in India, or he as a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear a kada in India, or he as a Sikh is going to be able to go to Gurdwara. That's what the fight is about. And not just for him, for all religions.
I have never encountered any problem, any suggestion anywhere in the world, let alone in India, that I should seek somebody's permission to wear a turban, or that I need to be careful in wearing a turban.
दिल्ली के अंदर 3 यार सिखों का कत्लेआम किया, पगड़ियां उतारी, केस काटे, दाढ़ियां काटी, उनके ककार निकाले और उसका उनको जलाया गया। वे ये इस बात को नहीं बताते कि ये उनके रहते हुआ।
आप अपनी गंदी राजनीति करने के लिए, नफरत भरी राजनीति करने के लिए, देश को बांटने के लिए, समाज को बांटने के लिए, धर्म को बांटने के लिए इस हद तक चले गए हैं कि आज आप ये कहते हैं कि भारत के अंदर दस्तार सुरक्षित नहीं है।
राहुल गांधी जी अमेरिका के दौरे पर हैं, वहां पर उन्होंने सबको समान अधिकार देने की एक बात कही। बीजेपी ने उसका एक वाक्य निकाला और उसको सिखों से जोड़ दिया।
All right, so let's, for the benefit of our viewers, take a look at exactly what Rahul Gandhi said in Washington. He was speaking to the foreign school there in Georgetown University, to students essentially, and that of course has led to a huge storm, political storm back home. He claimed that Sikhs are oppressed under the Modi government. He said, and I quote, "The fight in India is over Sikh rights. Will a Sikh be allowed to wear a turban? Will a Sikh be allowed to wear a kada," which is the bangle that they wear, which is one of the 5 things that are integral to what Sikhs wear and believe in. Will a Sikh be able to visit a Gurdwara, their place of worship? He says, Rahul Gandhi, it's not just about the Sikhs. Our fight is for all religions in India. Now, here's the catch, that no Sikh has complained, certainly not in any systemic way, that he or she is being targeted for their faith. So why then is Rahul Gandhi spouting these inaccuracies, and that too from foreign soil? RP Singh is national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Ajay Kumar is national spokesperson of the Congress Party. Vipin Pabbi, senior journalist, is joining us. Nalin Mehta is managing editor with Money Control. RP Singh, so I just outlined what Rahul Gandhi said. Clearly, it's patently false, no doubt about it. But the larger question is, why is he saying it? What is the political objective here? What is he trying to achieve by saying these things?
Zaka, thank you for inviting me for your show. Let me just put the thing in context. Remember last year in February, he was again in one of the universities abroad, and he said, and he pointed out toward the Sikh youth and said, "You are treated as you are treated as second-class citizen in India." And then his friend philosopher guide other day said, when someone asked about the killings in Delhi, he said, "Wa to wa." So this is an ongoing effort being made by Congress party to undermine the killings in Delhi and also to eliminate Sikhs from the mainframe. I see this as part of a bigger conspiracy also. Because now what will happen? People like Pannu, Simranjit Singh Maan, Pannu will start quoting Rahul Gandhi saying that leader of opposition in country is saying, oh, the Sikhs are in trouble, Sikhs have been discriminated in India, Sikh can't wear turban, can't go to Gurdwara, can't wear a kada, so they have been discriminated and he'll use this as a tool. It's something similar to what Rahul Gandhi did when Section 370 and 35 was revoked, and he said there's a bloodshed in Kashmir. And same was quoted, exact his words were quoted by Imran Khan in UN Assembly. Now Pannu will use this for his objectives. Or this guy, Simranjit Singh Maan, will start writing letters for youth to take asylum abroad and then probably make some money out of it, saying that the leader of opposition is saying so there's trouble for Sikhs in India. So this is a part of the bigger game plan to sow the seed of separatism in country, so that there should be unrest in the country, because they know they can never be in power. So at least keep creating unrest in the country, and people who are abroad, they should fund all this unrest once they are sure and they feel, yes, Sikhs are discriminated in India, and then people staying in US or people staying in UK or Germany or Canada especially, they will start believing Rahul Gandhi because he's a leader of the opposition.
Let me ask Nalin Mehta this. So one of the things that the BJP has said is if anybody should feel threatened, the Sikhs, if any political party they should feel threatened by, it's the Congress, because of course the history of what happened in 1984, the Anti-Sikh Riots, almost 3,000 Sikhs were killed. Just last month, Jagdish Titler, a court in Delhi after 30-40 long years, found merit enough, prima facie merit enough, to recommend that charges be framed against him in the Pulbangash Gurdwara massacre that happened in 1984. Now, my point is, Rahul Gandhi knows this history. In fact, he is not unintelligent to this history, or it's not like he's unaware of this history. Why then is he going on this whole tangent? Because he said the same thing, or at least words to the effect, again looking at a Sikh person in the audience when he was in Cambridge a few years ago, and he said pretty similar things. Now, even if he were to say this about Muslims, yes, you could say, yeah, the point is debatable. There are some Muslims who have been targeted in this country. Some lynchings have happened. And yes, it's a debatable point. Whereas with the Sikhs, there is no evidence to show that a Sikh person, man or woman, has been targeted for his or her religion.
So I think Rahul Gandhi has said a number of things along with his comments on Sikhs. He's also said that the election results themselves, there's a question mark on them, and in a free and fair election, in inverted commas, the BJP would have got a lesser number of seats. I think what he's doing is that when you throw a lot of muck, you hope that some of it sticks. On your specific point on Muslims vis-a-vis Sikhs, now firstly, I don't think any Sikh in India today feels insecure, and I think this is playing with fire. Because you do have the flames of Sikh extremism being fanned in Canada and several places overseas. By fanning those flames, that's a dangerous path to go down on. The thing is that the thing about raising the Muslim question is it also politically. It also could lead to a counter mobilization, right? Of Hindu mobilization. When you raise something around Sikhs, there's that the chance of that happening becomes much lower. Which is why from this point of view, from a very cynical point of view. You raise an issue like all minorities in danger, point to something at Sikhs, hope something sticks in the larger narrative of minorities being in danger, and I think that's what the calculation is. But I think it's unfortunate. I don't think that's true at all, and this should not be have been done.
Dr. Ajay Kumar of the Congress Party is now joining us. Dr. Ajay Kumar, how can Rahul Gandhi say something which has no basis in fact? If he feels that there are Sikhs in this country who are worried about whether they can wear their turban, go to the Gurdwara, wear their kada, which Sikh is feeling that way today in this country?
The problem is, in the TV channels, we take 3 lines and then build a narrative. I expect even my colleagues who are on the panel to have at least shown some amount of, ability to read. What was the whole statement? And indulge me. First of all, you have to understand that what the fight is not about politics, it's superficial. He named one Sikh attendee and said, "What's your name?" The fight is not whether you're a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear his turban or not. It applies to people from different religions. He said Manipur. Now, once again, Mr. Singh, hold, relax. People from Manipur. Oh, sorry. I thought you were uttering something. Apologies. Manipur, Bengal. What did he say? So I would expect some better editorial control, yeah? Nobody's saying that, did he speak about Manipur? Yes. It's in the same speech. So my colleagues in Nalin or everybody else, unfortunate and kinds of words, tell me, Manipur was there, Bengal was there, South India was there, food habits was there. Shouldn't we have some courtesy?
But Dr. Kumar, the analogy he has used about Sikhs is wrong, is factually wrong, which is what Nalin... No, one second. To give you benefit of the doubt, to give the leader of the opposition the benefit of the doubt, if Rahul Gandhi said that, look, some Muslims in India are feeling insecure. Their fear is, can they wear a hijab? Can they go to their mosque? Can they offer namaz? Can they have their food habits? Yes, you can concede that point, if not partially, maybe even in full measure. But my point is, which Sikh is feeling that? Which Sikh is worried about going to a Gurdwara or wearing a turban or wearing a kada?
So one sec. So that's the only thing you picked up? The ideology of the RSS, whether it is Tamil, Marathi, Bengali, or Manipuri, why are you not having that discussion also with Nalin and any of the other colleagues? One sec. The same meeting. Sikhs is one example he gave. You are happily saying wrong example. What about the ideology of the RSS against Tamil, Marathi, Bengali, Manipuri? Why are you not having that discussion? Whether it is Mr. Nalin or
Dr. Kumar, it's a 1-hour speech. News organizations have the editorial freedom to pick what they think is the important piece of news.
Exactly.
And Frank, one second. No, hang on. And I'm sorry that if the leader of the opposition is making what is patently and factually incorrect statements, then then are you saying that news organizations can't put that on national TV, can't debate, and can't hold his party spokespersons to account for it?
No, I'm just saying that the news organization. One second. The news organization missed Manipur, Tamil, Bengal. So that's power to you. Second issue. All these times you have been 760 farmers have died. You have called everybody a Khalistani. You have said all unnecessary. One second. Can I complete?
One second. Let him finish. I'll come to you, RP Singh, after that. Yeah.
RP Singh, sir, you need to subscribe to your own troll army to understand what they've been writing. आप अपने ट्रोल आर्मी को देख लीजिए ट्विटर में. So let me complete. Guru, can I complete? Hey boss. Either you speak or I speak.
No, 1 second, let him finish. But 1 second, Dr. Kumar, I don't think all of them were referred to as Khalistanis. You could make the case that some of them were referred to as Khalistanis. But go ahead, please make the larger point of what you're trying to say.
My question is, what is this debate that some of them or all of them or the kind of narrative? Pick up the August when that Red Fort thing happened, every Sikh was being labelled. So it's not when the farmers were there, they were labelled as terrorists. You show me where I'm factually wrong.
Please. RP Saab, 1 second, let him finish. उसके बाद मैं आपके पास आता हूँ ना, I'll come to you. 1 second. Let him say what he has to say. उसके बाद मैं आता हूँ आपके पास. हाँ.
Exactly. So my question is, when you're explaining to the people, whether it is a Sikh, there was a Sikh gentleman in front, he explained that the RSS ideology means one language is superior, one religion is superior, one kind of thinking is superior. Now, if the audience was more intelligent, and the people on the panel seem to be having a challenge wrapping their head around this issue, then I understand why they would have a problem, but that's a different issue. My simple thing is RSS ideology says that people with
Sir,
different food habits, different languages, and that was the
nobody
gist
is
of
having
this
a
story.
problem wrapping their heads around it. I think if anybody
Okay.
is, not able to articulate what he's trying to say, unfortunately, it is your leader. Like I said, if he were to substitute the example that he gave, and instead of saying Sikhs, if he said Muslims, at least he had half a point there. But RP Singh,
No,
please
one
respond.
thing-
No, once again, RP Singh, please respond to Dr. Kumar's point. Farmers were sitting on the borders of Delhi. They sat there for over a year over the farm laws. A large number of them died. His accusation is your party folks and people on Twitter, people who follow your ideology, many of the farmers were branded as Khalistanis and so on. That's the accusation that the opposition has been consistently making for a while now. So please respond.
Well, just sheer accusation. Just sheer accusation, and I'll give a challenge. They ask him to show one tweet of one BJP leader who is of prominence or who matters in the system, saying that yes, they are Khalistanis. But on other hand, I'm saying, quoting GBS Sidhu book, which said that Mr. Rajiv Gandhi conspired to kill 3006, butchered 3006 in city, along with Kamala, Jagdish Chatter, Sajjan Kumar Bhagat, to win election in India. What can be bigger than this?
Hey,
This
Bengal
is what
IPS officer,
happened in
RP Singh.
India. 3006 were butchered by conspiracy which was hatched by Mr. Rajiv Gandhi to win elections. And they talk about Sikhs being discriminated.
Okay.
Who is discriminated? I'm very sure this is part of a bigger conspiracy to sow the seed of alienation among Sikhs and try to create trouble in India.
Okay, so let me go to Vipin Pabbi. Vipin Pabbi, I want to move on to some of the other parts of what Rahul Gandhi said. He for the first time, and this was his first sort of interaction where he talked about the election results of 2024, and he said that the election commission was behaving like Mr. Modi's commission. This was not a level playing field. Our bank accounts were frozen, and whereas the schedule of the election was so long and elaborate so that the Prime Minister could go campaign in every single phase, had it been a level playing field, had it been free and fair elections, the BJP would have not got anywhere close to 240. Again, he didn't go so far as to attack the EVMs, but after having seen the results of 2024, BJP coming down from 303 to 240, and the opposition, the Congress going from 52 to 99, and the opposition going up to 234, to still harp on about that it was not a free and fair election. Again, isn't that being disingenuous?
Thanks, Zaka, for having me on your show. First, I would like to point out about this particular incident, what Rahul Gandhi has said. And I would like to say that Rahul Gandhi needs to be more circumspect about whatever he's saying, and particularly when he's the leader of the opposition. The kind of statement he has made in the US is not justified. I mean, as you also mentioned, and other panelists have been mentioning, there have been no such incident. What he is trying to do is he's saying that maybe this kind of thing can happen. And this is fear mongering. And particularly, you of course, and all other panelists also will appreciate that there is a constituency in Punjab and abroad who are already fearing, that feeling that they are being, they're being under attack or something, or they're being discriminated against. The recent Lok Sabha elections, two of the constituencies, it is the militants-backed candidates who have won, Amrit Pal Singh and Ben Singh's killer, former Chief Minister's killer's son. So there is constituency like this, not only in India, but abroad also. And these kind of fears, these can have impact. Therefore, I'm saying, as leader of opposition, he needs to be very circumspect. Second thing, what you have mentioned is also the same thing that, you pointed out rightly, that they said that it was all compromised, election commission was compromised, and the voting EVM machines were not there. And the results show that there was really not much. And the results in certain other assembly elections also prove the same thing. So this thing has been going on for a long time. What Rahul Gandhi and his advisors need to appreciate that he's a leader of opposition. He's seen by them as a future prime minister. So I think he needs to be more careful about whatever he is saying.
Dr. Ajay Kumar, I mean, here was an opportunity for the newly minted leader of the opposition to present what his vision for this country is. How will he be different, or a government under him be different from Mr. Modi's government in the last 10 years? Instead of saying all of this, the stuff about Sikhs are worried about whether they can go to Gurdwara, wear kada, wear turban, etc., and then saying the election commission did not give a level playing field. I mean, you just went from 52 to 99. Mr. Gandhi became leader of the opposition because the Congress party doubled its tally. And you're still singing the old tune of elections are not free and fair.
So first of all, give me a patient here. Mr. R.P. Singh, there was an IPS officer in Bengal who one of your MLAs called a Khalistani. So that's the latest. I mean, I'll prove it to you.
No, again, wrongly quoted.
Yeah, can I? It's either you have a different Google. Can I?
Sir, you can. I mean, you can put anything in the
you
news.
Have a different Google. Your India Today is reported. Hey,
I'm challenging it.
Kaka, I'm not getting involved with this discussion.
Okay, let's not do a tutu meme. Let him finish. Then I'll come back to RP Singh.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for the.
Also, please cite source. If you are making an accusation, please cite source. Sir,
okay, so yeah, so now listen. Good. That's very good. Yeah, I'm glad you asked me to cite the source. So have patience, sir. Okay. So this is in your one of your one sec. Aaj Tak, your own sister channel, by sir. Sister channel, Aaj Tak. Google it, you'll get Aaj Tak. Bengal. सिख आईपीएस अफसर को खालिस्तानी बुलाने पर अज्ञात बीजेपी नेताओं के खिलाफ एफआईआर. दिस इज आज तक. सो दिस योर सिस्टर, नॉट योर सिस्टर.
Come on, अज्ञात बीजेपी leaders. Come on, you're yourself confessing.
I quoted the one sec. Hold it. I'll quote you the second source. Now that you're so interested in the source, now let me quote you the second source. Okay, have patience with the print.
Mr. Ajay Kumar answered 3,000 were butchered. आपके नेता ने 3,000 सिखों का कत्ल किया था.
You have butchered.
राजीव गांधी ने कत्ल कराया.
One at a time. Please. I ask for patience and indulgence from our two guests, from our two political spokespersons.
Not two guys.
Let Dr. Kumar also, please. I mean, keep it to the question that I asked. I asked a very specific question. That is, why is Rahul Gandhi not using this opportunity that he's got first trip abroad as leader of the opposition? Isn't he better off articulating what the opposition will do different from what Mr. Modi has done in the last 10 years, instead of making all of these factual inaccuracies about Sikhs being under threat and so on and so forth?
First question, election. I heard one of the panel speakers say it was not about EVM. It was about freezing of accounts. It was about the unlevel playing field. So, yeah, please get your homework in place. Did he say about EVM in the speech? No.
But what unlevel playing field? You went from 52 seats to 99 seats. What was unlevel about it?
You seized our account, my friend. Was it legal to seize our account before election? Is that a level playing field? What are you talking? I mean, have some basic logic.
If you feel that was illegal, please approach a court of law.
One sec, sir, I beg you.
The seizing of the accounts had nothing to do with the election commission. Mr. Gandhi is saying election commission of India was behaving like Modi commission of India. That the election commission did not give us a level playing field. What has election commission got to do with the freezing of your accounts?
What? The election was not a level playing field. Saka, I'm getting a little aggrieved with this kind of discussion. You freeze the political party's account and ask any other panelist, ask any journalist worth his salt. That is it a level playing field? You ask the other.
It's an unlevel playing field. Congress doubled its tally. Mr. Gandhi became leader of the opposition. Unlevel playing field. India Alliance got up to 234 MPs.
One sec. If it was a level playing field, the BJP would have been less than 180. So so please don't give in to those numbers.
Okay.
My question to you is, if you freeze an account, you answer as a journalist. If you freeze an account of a political party before election, is it a level playing field? You answer it, because I'm really curious to know your answer.
Okay.
No, I'm curious.
I think we are going around in circles on this.
No, I'm curious.
But I want to
know.
If you want to know, during the emergency and then leading up to the 1977 election,
to this question,
far more worse things were done than freezing of accounts, and yet the people of India spoke, right? So let's not get stuck in these nitty-gritties.
Opinion.
Let me ask Nalin Mehta. One second, Dr. Kumar. Let me ask Nalin Mehta. So Nalin Mehta, again, one of the other things that Mr. Gandhi said was, India is not a fair place. If India were a fair place, then we would think of scrapping reservations. Yesterday, he said the idea of the RSS, and we debated this yesterday as well, the idea of the RSS about vis-a-vis women is you have only one place, and that's in the kitchen inside the house. I mean, is this what the world, his American audience, the people who are watching him around the country, is this what they want to hear from him? Or do you think that this was a lost opportunity for him to articulate something better for what the India Alliance and what the Congress party believes it is different from the BJP? Nalin.
So I think Zaka, Mr. Gandhi is perfectly entitled. Mr. Gandhi is perfectly entitled to put out whatever he believes in and so on and so forth. However, I think I wanted to take back. We started with a question on the Sikhs, and I wanted to respond to the Congress spokesperson on that particular point. See, while he did make a larger point on the question of Sikhs, he specifically said the fight in India is about whether a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear a turban, whether a Sikh will be allowed to wear a kada or go to a gurdwara. That's what the fight is about. It's not just for Sikh, but for all religions. Now, when you make a statement like that, whatever context you put it in, he specifically made the point about turbans, kadas, gurdwaras. You are going to be asked questions about it. On the question of should he have put out a more positive sounding agenda? Should he have put out his vision of what the Congress or the opposition would do in power as opposed to what Modi has done in 10 years? I think that would have been a good way to go. On the question of RSS and BJP, look, that is something Mr. Gandhi has been saying from the very beginning. He's always positioned it as an ideological fight, and it is an ideological fight between the BJP and the RSS and the Congress. But fundamentally, by raising the Sikh issue, in my view, actually detracts from his larger message because it so obviously can be challenged.
So, RP saying essentially.
Zaka, one last point. Yeah. Zaka, one last point on the question of free and fair elections, because that was being discussed. When opposition leaders talk about free and fair elections, that happens in Pakistan, it happens in Russia, it happens in Turkey. When the result is always fixed. In a country where opposition often surprises the government in election results, we saw what happened in Bengal earlier some time ago. We've seen reverses of BJP in other state elections, and we've seen this result, which has been a massive shock to the BJP. If the election was fixed, it wouldn't be 240 for BJP, it would be much higher.
Yeah, in fact, we just need to wait till 8th of October when we have Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir
Jaka, just an intervention.
I also want to see what this whole EVM
Jaka, just a small intervention.
Jaka,
just a tiny intervention.
Unlevel playing field. Yeah, 10 seconds and then RP after that. Yeah, 10 seconds.
My question is to all the learned panelists: freezing an account of a principal opposition party, is it legal? If 25 ED raids happened on political opposition and 23 joined BJP, please ask my enlightened colleagues.
Okay.
Forget RP Singh. Out of 25, 23 joined BJP. Is that a level playing field after ED raids?
RP Singh, this is again the familiar attack against the BJP, the Modi government. You use IT, CBI, ED. You have stifled the political opposition. Look at all the people that you put in the liquor gate scam behind jail. One by one, from Sisodia, Kavita, very soon I believe Kejriwal might also get bail. All of these fellows have got bail. I mean, you're basically just, topifying political cases against these people. It doesn't stand in a court of law. That's a familiar accusation against the BJP. RP Singh.
Well, they could have moved to the court for questioning the cases, but that didn't happen. Mr. Sisodia is out on bail with 30 lakh surety, and every week, twice a week, he has to go and be present himself to a constable in the police station, and his passport has been impounded, and he has to always keep his Google map on so that he can be tracked anywhere, wherever he is going. Mr. Kejriwal got bail in the ED cases with condition that he can't go to the CM office, he can't sign a document, he can't call for a cabinet meeting. But this is all part of the court proceedings. But and Mr. Rahul Gandhi is also out on bail, that his case has not been quashed. So is Sonia Gandhi. So they can keep chanting whatever they want to. But fact is that I again reiterate, I'm sorry, I have to come back to this, that this is part of bigger conspiracy which Rahul Gandhi is playing to alienate Sikhs from the mainstream. And he is doing it, I don't know, but it is possible that he is doing it to cater to certain set of people who want to do those, or want to alienate Sikhs.
But tell me this, RP Singh Saab, what is the political downside for Rahul Gandhi? I know, like I said, what he has said is factually inaccurate. He even probably knows it. But what is the political downside for Rahul Gandhi in saying what he has said? Now, here's the thing. You know, maybe you won't admit it on television, but you certainly know that the Sikhs are not exactly well disposed to the BJP. And evidence of that is in the Lok Sabha election results. We've seen, I think, correct me if I am wrong with my numbers, I think AAP got 2, I think Akali Dal got 1, Congress got 8 if I'm not mistaken. I don't think BJP won any seat in Punjab, right? Am I wrong with my numbers?
Two independents.
19% vote.
Sorry, two
2
independents.
independents. Two independents.
Two
and-
independents,
And
sorry,
Congress
yeah.
got 6.
Yeah, Congress got 6. Now tell me, what does he have to lose politically? Anyway, you know, BJP has 0 MPs in Punjab. So if anybody is offended by what Rahul Gandhi has said, if any Sikh is offended by what Rahul Gandhi has said, it's not like the political benefit of that is likely to go to the BJP, at least from whatever we've seen in the 2024 election result. RP Singh.
Jaka, let me correct your data and figure. We got something like 18.9%. Weapon will give you the right figure. Something leading to 19%. Although we didn't win the seat, although Akali Dal got some 8%, still won a seat. That's point aside. And we are partying, reckoning in Punjab also. And next assembly election will show you that we are doing much better than what people expect us to do. But that point aside, Zaka, I again tell you humbly, why shall a person go on a foreign land and target Sikhs and tell them you are alienated? I mean, you are discriminated. This
Okay.
is, again, I'm reiterating, part of a bigger conspiracy being hatched against India so that Sikhs stays as a descendant in country, and then there is a big section of Sikhs who can be alienated from the mainstream.
Okay, so let me ask Vipin Pabbi, do you agree with that point? Do you buy that point? I believe today when Hardeep Singh Puri had his press conference, he said, you know, you will see Pannu saying the exact same thing that, you know, look, leader of the opposition in India itself is saying that Sikhs are under threat and Sikhs are worried about going to Gurdwara, wearing kada, wearing pagdi, etc. Do you see this sort of fomenting that further, whether it is in Canada or in UK or in the United States, that there is a certain section within the Sikh community in those countries, in the diaspora, which are going behind, you know, separate Khalistan and so on and so forth, and Rahul Gandhi's statement, wittingly or unwittingly, fans those flames?
Well, Zaka, I don't agree with the conspiracy theory that he is trying to create a this conspiracy. But at the same time, yes, there are people within Sikhs and within Punjabis and others who will take it hook, line, and sinker. They will say, "Oh yes," even the leader of the opposition saying that there could be a problem. There's not a problem now. There has been no instance ever anywhere in the country or abroad where Sikhs have been, they've been asked not to go to Gurdwara or not to wear turban or whatever. But he's saying that this could happen, and there is a section of society. We have gone through bloody Punjab, and when during 80s and 90s we saw so much of violence, and there is a constituency which believes in this kind of things, in this kind of a narrative. So, and of course, the people abroad who have been doing it. So it's a thin line, and these kind of statements must be avoided, which can create or provoke any section of society.
I'm going to wrap the debate, but just because Dr. Kumar brought up this point about freezing the accounts of the Congress party, when this matter was last heard by the Delhi High Court in March 2024, the court rejected the plea by the Congress party, challenging the order of the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, declining to stay an Income Tax Department notice for recovery of outstanding tax of more than 100 crores. I am quoting from what the judge said. The problems that beset the petitioner, which is the Congress party, today are thus and to a large extent of its own making.
Can I reply on that?
And that the party has been remiss in taking preemptory steps in respect of a demand which has remained outstanding right from 2021.
Your Honor, let me.
Sir, I am not a judge. I am just. I've just Googled this and shared what the court has said. You don't need to call me Your Honor, please.
So let me put a little egg. Let me spoil your party.
Okay.
The same offense was done by the BJP for a much larger amount, but you didn't Google that. So there are different rules for different people.
I suspect it didn't come before the Delhi High Court.
Okay. It will do a lot of good for you.
I got to wrap up. I got to wrap up because anyway, let's see. Mr. Gandhi, I believe, is there in the United States for one more day, and whether or not he will say more controversial stuff we will try and keep an eye out on.